Hello and welcome to Sports News Africa, the home of Africa's sporting conversation. Let's take a look at the headlines. The International Boxing Association's president talks about women's boxing in Africa. He's only been in the job for 8 months, but Benin's manager has been sacked. And Nigeria looks to the future as it prepares for the AllAfrica Games. Thank you for joining us on Sports News Africa. I'm Ehi Longi. The Women's World Boxing Championships concluded in Jeju on Monday, with the powerhouses of Europe and Asia walking away with the most medals. Africa was represented by Algeria, Zambia and Uganda, amongst others, but they failed to trouble the judges in the medal bouts. We're now joined in the studio by IBA President Dr. Chinkwo Wu. Dr. Wu, welcome. Doctor, you have just presided over a successful Women's World Boxing Championships in Jeju. How strong was the competition?
Well, I think in my closing remarks to these World Championships, I think this will be a new era of the women boxing because the level of competition was extremely high. And compared with the last 2 years ago, the last World Championships, the level of the competition, the standard, I think totally impressed all the people involved in the women boxing. And also, I think the spectators, many international media there, they all recognize this is fantastic, I think, World Women Championships. And I would say it is really magnificent, many champions now coming up now. So I think in general, it is fantastic, very, very high level competition. It's a new era for the women boxing now.
Okay, now, which boxers stood out and who should we look out for in the future?
I think among 5 continents, the boxers certainly will have 67 countries sending boxers. Totally 280 boxers will participate in these World Championships. I think the European still, I think one of the strongest, I think the continent, because they get probably most of the medals was won by the European federations. And second will be the Asian federations. And the third one is probably the American. So the Oceania and also the I think Africa were not really having the very outstanding boxers.
Doctor, I understand African boxing was represented at these championships. Can you tell us which African boxers impressed you the most and why?
You know, the result of the World Women Championships, there's no any African boxer medals. So very, I would say, very disappointed. But however, the women boxing is now, I think, draw a lot of attention now from the African national federations, because you can see the like the country, like the Nigeria, like the Morocco, like the Algeria, like the Tunisia. These countries in the northern part of the Africa, their boxing developed much more because they have the good support from the government. And on the central part of Africa and the southern part of Africa, it is a so that's why AIBA, we put annual budget, $500,000 every year to help the 5 continents. But I think Europe, they already have a very sophisticated support from the government. I think the most needed is Africa and also the Caribbean region and also some part of the Oceania. So I think the money we spend try to help those emerging countries, and also those countries really want to develop the women boxing, and we will give the lot of support. As I said, AIBA now have the AIBA Boxing Academy opened this year in Almaty in Kazakhstan. And this is really a state-of-the-art academy with all the facility to train the boxers, coaches, referee judges, medical juries, and even the administrators. So this is belong to AIBA. And with these facilities, we set up many courses. And the content of these courses, we send it to National Federation for them, and then come to receive the training. This program will start from the beginning. Okay? So I think the lot of support and the benefit will go to, I think Africa is one of the major concerns.
And finally, South African Findile Molasse died after failing to emerge from a coma after a fight in October. Now, what more can be done to prevent incidences such as this?
Well, I think, first of all, I think AIBA, when we heard about this, we feel very regret. I think, but however, this is totally nothing to do with AIBA's program, because this is a women's professional boxing in South Africa. So in AIBA, we put the safety as the number one concern, not only for women, but also for men. So far, we are very careful on this. We have a lot of consideration, measurement, and to preventing this kind of thing happen.
Thank you, President Wu, for speaking to Sports News Africa.
Give my best regards to all the African boxing fans, boxing member of the boxing families. I'm always with them. I had visit Africa for 7 times in the last 80 years.
Okay, Dr. Wu, we shall pass on your regards. On to football now, and just days after losing 6-1 to Morocco in a friendly, Benin has sacked their French coach Didier Nicol. A statement from the Sport Ministry of Benin says the Frenchman was fired due to a run of poor results, including failure by the team to reach the group stages of the Nations Cup qualifiers for 2015.
The dismissal of Benin's national team head coach Didier Nicol after his team's 6-1 loss to Morocco during a friendly match in Agder last week has drawn reactions from across the country's footballing community. The team also performed dismally in the Africa Cup of Nations qualifying rounds as was knocked out by Mali in June. Nicol signed a 2-year contract in March this year, but included in the agreement was a clause that the team must qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations. The Agder loss last week prompted the sacking. Nicol himself attributed the poor performance to fatigued players.
I would like to congratulate them. We haven't been fundamentally brilliant and we haven't played how we had wanted to play. We, however, cannot blame them. They gave it their all. They were at their limit and perhaps their focus suffered because of exhaustion, which cost us the second and third goals, considering the very dangerous situations we found ourselves in the second half.
Eugene Aihu, a football analyst in Benin, said the sacking was, however, not a solution to the ailing football scene in the country.
This dismissal hides many things I want to clarify. Benin is not that. Must be recognized from the base. I wonder if the government consulted the federation before doing so. Where it needs to intervene, he does not do it, and thus the sacking of interest to the minister must be recognized completely.
Some football fans felt the coach should have been given more time to prove himself.
Are we even giving our managers enough time to do their jobs? This is the problem. The minister that just did the sacking must do whatever it's necessary to prove that the new incoming manager is given a free hand. Is the president of the federation not mistaken? What was his issue with the man who was just sacked?
Other fans called for a local coach, a call heard reverberating more and more across the continent these days.
Je crois qu'on n'a pas besoin d'un entraîneur expatrié. Tout ce que nous avons ici nous suffit.
I don't think we need an expatriate as a coach. We have what we need over here. We have talented coaches like Edme Koju that have proven that. It's true that I'm for an expatriate technical director, but I believe that a local can do it.
Although the federation is yet to announce a replacement for Nicol, the country has been banned by CAF from participating in any age group competitions for 2 years for fielding overage players in the 2015 Africa Under-17 Championship qualifiers.
Welcome back to Sports News Africa. The football-mad nation of Nigeria is still coming to terms with the fact that the Super Eagles will not be defending their title at the upcoming AFCON finals in Equatorial Guinea. Now, the next batch of footballers to come down the production line are hoping to make the cut as they prepare for the qualifying stages of the Olympic football tournament and the AllAfrica Games in Congo.
Former Super Eagles coach Samson Siasia is looking to select an under-23 squad that will live up to Nigeria's top-tier Olympic reputation as the dream team. Nigeria won gold at the Olympics in 1996 and silver in 2008. But the team is not only being developed to do well at the next Olympics in Rio, Brazil in 2016. The squad will also represent the country at the 11th AllAfrica Games in Brazzaville and the Confederation of African Football Under-23 Championship in DR Congo, both taking place next year.
No problem, we'll play. Very good.
Siasa, who led the under-23 team to the 2008 Olympics, said he would be casting the net wide rather than choosing only the best-known players.
If I don't go through all these troubles, how am I going to get the right players to play for me? You know, I want to go through all these troubles. I don't want to miss anyone that I believe that can help me succeed. That's what I'm going through. It's not easy. From morning to evening, we're doing these things almost every day. So I just want to make sure I get the right players that will help out, you know, we'll go out there and make sure Nigeria qualify for the next Olympics.
Siasia, who coached the Super Eagles between 2010 and 2011, said that while the current Super Eagles squad has not lived up to its promise, that provided opportunities for players in the under-23 squad.
I guess we didn't deserve to qualify because we didn't play like we're supposed to qualify. So we just got to go back to the drawing board and see what is next for the Super Eagles. In the next 2 years, we won't be doing anything. I think the focus will be on these very young boys here. And that's why I'm trying to make sure we go around and get the right players.
In 2005, Siasia coached the under-20 team, the Flying Eagles, and led them to the finals of the 2005 Under-20 World Cup and the Under-20 Africa Youth Championship.
So, like, the coaches, they are here watching tactically, the fitness level and everything is okay. The training section is good. Only for everybody to put their best. The lucky one, I'll say congratulations to them. Even to myself, no problem.
So far here, I really understand the aspect of football because I've learned under some coaches. At least I have some experience, and then at least I've passed through the first and second round, and now I'm on the third round, and we're trying to go further.
The selected team will take on Gabon in February and March before progressing to the qualifiers for the Confederation of African Football Under-23 Championship in July.
And that's the end of Sports News Africa for today. Join us again tomorrow when we bring you all the latest from Africa and around the world. Goodbye for now.